All right, so this is problem 3.2.49, and they're asking us essentially to construct a truth table for this argument right here, for the given statement. Okay, so really what we need to do, we just have P and Q in the problem, so we're going to start with a P column and then also a Q column. Okay, and then we're going to build this right here. Okay, so the first thing that we want is, because we're trying to build this, we need a not P. So we'll have a not P column, and then we can bring this together. So this would be Q or not P, and then we can negate that whole thing. So not Q or not P. Okay. All right, and the way that we always start these truth values, we're going to let P be true, true, false, false, and then Q be true, false, true, false. And that takes into account every possible combination of true and false between P and Q. And that's the point of these truth tables. And then if we're going to negate P, we're going to take the opposite truth value of what we have here. So true becomes false, true becomes false, and false becomes true, and true. And then what we're doing now is we're taking a look at the disjunction between these two columns right here. So this column and this column are going to become this column. Okay, so if you look at your disjunction truth table, you've got a true and a false, and the disjunction truth table, can't see that very well, but when you have a true and a false, it ends up being true. And a false is the only situation where you have false there. And then true and true ends up being true when you're using a disjunction here. And then false or true ends up being true. And let me actually reword those, because this disjunction is the word or. So this is true or false ends up being true. False or false ends up being false. True or true ends up being true. And then false or true ends up being true. Okay, and then this last column here, we're just negating, again, these truth values. So this will become false, true, false, and false. And this would be your answer here for this problem.